Aloha!
Kia ora.
Kia ora. Aloha. So, what happened last night, a lot of people are tired, a lot of people are, physically done, spiritually depleted almost. Our medical supplies tent is almost completely wiped out, and as security, we respectfully, we graciously ask that you not go to the bridge. We have locked it off for today. And for so many reasons, of course, if anything were to happen, medical does not have the supplies to support us. Donations have been depleted of gloves to keep people warm because of everything that happened last night. It went on for a really long time. We didn't really clear the bridge until maybe about 3-4 this morning. So when you are at camp, do not go to the bridge. Respect security that asks you to not go there. We have these measures for a reason, to keep everybody safe. Everybody's really, really tired, and we all need to take the time to really ground in, get rest for ourselves, because if we don't have the time for ourselves to do that, we do come ungrounded, and we do come making unreasonable decisions that could put yourself in danger or others in danger.
So basically, if you're planning to go to the front lines and you're watching this right now and you're at Standing Rock, just make sure that you ground in and you remember why you came here. And the reason why we're all here is because we want to protect clean water.
Yeah. And keep spreading it online as well, because as much as we need people here at Standing Rock, we need people online who are sharing this, who are talking about this, and keeping it relevant in media and keeping it up there. So keep doing what you're doing, beautiful people.
And last night there was a big action that happened, and we said this last night in a Facebook Live, but we've read some pretty intense articles that talk about how they weren't shooting water cannons. There's one on NBC. It was NBC, right? Where they're talking about that they weren't shooting water cannons. It was a statement from the sheriff out here saying that there was no evidence of rubber bullets being used, and they were not using water cannons, both of which are very untrue. We have the rubber bullet that we collected from the ground last night is now, we don't have it with us right now, but we have tangible proof, as well as my friend got shot in the leg and he has a bruise. A woman got shot in the arm. She was working at the security team earlier this morning, and a man got shot in the head and had to go to the hospital and get stitched up.
Yeah, it's insane, we also we're seeing a lot of really serious injuries. People with gouges, people who had to physically be carried out by 4 other people from the front lines to receive medical attention that can't be, received at camp because of how serious the injuries are. So, take it seriously. This is not a game, but this isn't normal either, So if you are coming here to start something, if you are coming here to want to have a fight, that's wrong, and you should really look into yourself to realize if you should be coming here or not, because that's not what we're here for. We're here to protect water, and we're here to do it prayerfully. This is a spiritual movement as much as it is a solidarity between human beings, but it's a solidarity with Mother Earth and Spirit as well.
So the reason why we're telling you all these stories about the injuries and whatnot isn't to feed that wolf, but it's to make sure that we document the information and the reality as it actually exists, because it's too easy for realities, especially in situations like this, to get swallowed by mainstream media and by our government and by policymakers, for their narrative to take hold. And one thing we're going to go into say, but one thing I just want to plant a seed in is this coming Thursday, right, the 26th, this coming Thursday. That shows you how much I know about Thanksgiving.
I was like, what's
it is
on
Thursday, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Never done it.
She's from a weird place called New Zealand. So,
It's such a cool place.
where we can talk about what happened to what's the indigenous situation like in New Zealand with the New Zealand government.
There's definitely a lot of fights there as well. It needs support. I'm sure all over the world there's a lot of Indigenous fights going on. So I recommend to look into your country and how the Indigenous people in your country are being treated, because it's everywhere. It's happening everywhere.
In America, this week, there's a holiday called Thanksgiving, which I'm sure a lot of people know about. What we don't know about is the truth behind Thanksgiving, and why do we celebrate that holiday? Why does that holiday even exist? And is it really about pilgrims, and little kids in elementary school chopping up pieces of paper where pilgrims and Native Americans are sitting at a dinner table together eating? Or is it about a massacre of Native Americans that were never taught in schools, especially in Western schools and Western society? So we have a really beautiful opportunity every year, but specifically this year, just because of what's going on in Standing Rock right now, and because of how many people, specifically Westerners, who are paying attention to Native American history and to Native American reality today, we have the opportunity to change our ancestral lines and recognize that we don't know what side of history our ancestors were on, but we can change the direction and the side of history that we want to be on, and that we want our children to be on for their future ancestors, which is us, which is who is alive right now. So I do highly encourage you to research and look into this holiday, Thanksgiving, and ask our politicians to reconsider this holiday and reconsider the way that it's taught in schools, and ask school boards and ask school curricula, demand new maybe school curriculums to be changed a little bit, or a lot of it, because it's not just a little, the truths that have been concealed from us. And I also encourage you to talk to your family and your community about what Thanksgiving means to you, and if you still want to consider calling it Thanksgiving, or if you want to rename this holiday.
Just stop covering the mic, maybe.
Oh, am I covering the mic? Sorry.
Sorry.
But to reframe this holiday and reframe this narrative, and really educate and teach ourselves about a holiday that we know a lot of false things about.
Yeah, and remember your prayers. A lot of us feel depleted, with the physical violence that has been taken on us protectors at the front lines. But for you all watching through the live feeds and keeping up with, and for protectors specifically at camp, remember your prayers, because a lot of us seem to be done. And that's okay too, There's a power in that. And it's hard for me as well. It's hard for all of us, but we do have to recognize that there's a patience in prayer, and you drop those prayers down, you lift those prayers up, and now you have to be patient, because they don't happen simultaneously. They come when it's needed. They are absolutely heard all the time. So remember the power in your prayer. Always, the words you speak are spells, and they are casted into the universe. They are casted into the atmosphere, and they're casted onto the people who are around you, who listen to it. So speak in a good way. Always, 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 and just absolutely make your prayers deep.
Prayer brings presence. Presence brings unity. And we are one, and we can't drink oil.
So keep it in the soil.
Yee! Mani Wachoni. Water is life. Remember that.
All right. Catch you later. Ciao, ciao.
Aloha.
Aloha.